Okay, welcome back to the 326. Sure. Okay. So yesterday I was like, oh, I'm so warm, I'm so hot. I don't know why I'm dying of heat. And after making that, I think, was that yesterday? God, I don't know. I was like, So I asked my siblings, apparently we can't turn on the air in the house so we can check if we're getting poisoned or not from our basement. So they were supposed to come today, but they didn't. So we gotta wait till tomorrow so they can actually take it. So I need to cut my nails. They are long as hell. Anyways, pretty much what happened is we need to keep all the doors shut in the basement and up here so then they can take it. They were supposed to take it yesterday, but they couldn't because of the smaller business. So I'm like, that's chill, we'll just wait. But I kept waking up last night being super hot, so I had to keep turning on my fan because the fan's okay because it circulates the inside air. But we can't turn on the AC unless we know how to turn it on, just the inside air only. But we can't because we don't know how, because we don't want to mess up the readings because it can be very serious. Like cancer and death, serious. But as small as tiny little things and headaches and migraines. And guess what I suffer from? Those two things. So I want to make it an accurate reading, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, oh my god. Anyways, my sibling just texted because we were talking about these two actors, and I mentioned growing up I knew one of the actors more than the other because they're twins. One did TV shows and one did movies. Yeah, anyways, was his name like Ice Boy, Iceman? Something not creative, I don't think, from X-Men, which is Shawn Ashmore, and then there's Aaron Ashmore, who does TV shows. Like, I thought it was earlier than that, but apparently Warehouse 13 was in 2009. I don't know why I thought it was going to be like 2007, 2006, but apparently not. Again, I don't know why I thought it was like, it just, that's what I thought. But he didn't show up until later. But anyway, so my sibling and I were talking because I watched, was it earlier this year? Did I already complain about it? I feel like I must have. I think I complained about it already. But it was about the TV show Lock and Key. Reminds me of a very particular era of TV shows, like sci-fi, not, is it sci-fi? Like mystery, not fantasy, but sci-fi, mystery, not a mature show, but like not a kid show, because it's pretty horrible stuff like murder goes on, like actual beat a guy with a hammer until he's down and out. He wasn't dead, I don't think. But anyways, that kind of era reminds me of a particular era of like other things. But anyways, of Lock and Key. So anyways, we're talking about how it's really funny that they're identical twins, I believe. And my sibling really likes Shawn Ashmore more than Aaron. But what the point is that it's funny that one of them is casted in like Warehouse 13 as the gay, and I don't want to be like Zen, but like Zen, because I think he was like, I remember one plot where he's like, I'm so like focused, like such great inner energy that I can figure out, be a neutral tool for whatever plot it was going on, because Buddhism, and I'm like, okay, chill, I guess. But anyways, he's gay in the show, and I remember because he's one of the first gay characters, recurring gay characters that I ever watched in a TV show. And I remember my mom saying some not so great things about the character. Yay. Anyways, I remember that. So I was talking because he got casted as that, and then in Lock and Key, he got casted as like the fun, slightly younger, I think, uncle who is like, I think, an artist or something. I don't know. And that's just like what he got cast at, versus Shawn Ashmore, who's like Man and Medan. By the way, he got into that, but then like he can instantly get kicked off of the boat and die and whatever. But anyway, so what happened is he's playing like all these really intense, very actiony characters versus fun uncle, I think in a sweater at one point, question mark, maybe it was a coat. But anyways, so we were talking about that for a while, but it just is very funny to me because I'm trying to explain all of what Lock and Key did to me, because it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it isn't like sit down and rewatch, like, yes, but the thing is with these, they have such great worlds. I really like human world meets something that's not right, you know what I'm saying? Like Harry Potter, it's in a completely different world for most of the part, where they're just two separate things. It isn't magic goes into the human world, or magic intertwined in the human world. It's like completely different, versus kind of like it's the little thing when the whole world is still going around. So I kind of have a love for that genre, but with it a lot of times with Lock and Key, or with I want to say, but I never watched it, but like the House of Anubis, a TV show back in the ye olde days. Again, never watched it. I think that was already at the tail end of that genre. I don't know, maybe not. Anyways, the point is the fact that they get cast in vastly different types of roles despite being identical twins, I think it can really show just what either the media format they want and the faces they want, or it shows that they just are vastly different energies that one lends better into one thing than the other. Again, playing a superhero on X-Men versus, well, I don't know, when did X-Men come out? I don't know. Anyways, point was, that was very, very fun. But anyways, I'm boiling alive. Oh my god, I'm dying. I was on somebody's news page that I was going through stuff and I wanted to look something up online, but I was on someone's page and it was a slightly NSFW gif going on, because it wasn't like super explicit. I don't think it was like, oh god, you're looking up, but it was like, and my sibling was on the couch and I was over here and I'm like, oh my god, did she see that? Because I was just going through somebody's page and I just left it on that. I'm just like, of course it would be that. I'm literally sweating. Ugh. Anyways, I cannot wait until we can kick on the air. Anyways, well, here's my thing. I think I talked about it before. I 100% must have talked about it before. But the fact that in one of the episodes of Lock and Key, where the main villain was putting on a crown and the shadows go up the wall, and it's really kind of cool visually. I think the angle was pretty good, and everything. But they had Bad Guy from Billie Eilish playing, which was good. I love the deep rumble. I love that kind of like music where it's deep rumbly, especially when I have a headache. Really deep bass stuff can really help. High pitched music, higher pitched stuff can give me a headache, so sometimes I can't even listen to the same kind of loud pitch or high pitch stuff repeatedly. This doesn't work for me. It'll cause me to have a headache. But anyways, so I really like that deep, not old, I guess, like that one genre of Billie Eilish. The problem is that they had the sounds go, like the lyrics on, so it's like, you know, Bad Guy and all that is playing, which would have been fine. But then if they just cut the person speaking, just being like, "Well, I have a crown now, I'm gonna win," that would have been fine. But no, it went, I have a crown on, Billie Eilish is playing, and then looks at the camera and just says, "Hello darkness," or whatever, which was a meme going around, like, "Hello darkness, my old friend." And I'm like, pick one, don't do both. You know what I'm saying? Or if you wanted the music of Bad Guy, cut the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't need the lyrics, just cut it. Is my cat meowing? Okay, hopefully you're not. Oh, right when he's pouring it. Right in my ear, right when it's pouring. Anyways, did I talk about Knives Out? The only thing with Knives Out is the fact that I cannot stand, I don't know why, I cannot, like, it's, whenever I see someone get sick, I want to get sick. So in media, for me, when I see people get sick, it's not, I don't, just don't, I'm good. I don't get sick very often. I've gotten sick a few times through allergies, but even then, it's not very often. But anyways, what happened was that, I'm going through trauma right now. One second, I'm trying to weed out my trauma. That also started to appear. Ooh, yay, trauma that you just need to be like, file away from dealing with later. Anyways, so what happened was, in Knives Out, the main character has a thing where she cannot lie because she would throw up. And I'm like, okay. And so I got scared that it's going to be like gross, which sucks because at the very end it does, and I hate it. It's gross. It's like So anyways, point besides that, excellent movie. I think it's one of the cleanest movies that exist. Like, it's such a clean movie. It is literally one of my top polished movies that exist. The only thing is I can't stand that, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I don't think it triggered it for me, which I was really scared it was going to. It's so well done that it convinced me that the person that I thought was, I'm like, 100% this is the bad guy, 100%. Like, I know this is the bad guy. But it convinced me. The movie convinced me that it wasn't. And that, I think, makes it such a good movie because even so I knew who the bad guy was, it convinced me that it wasn't, it couldn't have been. And the fact that I'm 95, or actually 100% sure that I saw the bad guy and the main lady, like, falling like this, through the air. I saw that gif, and I still was like, well, I guess I must be wrong. Like, that is how good the character was written at proving that this character was innocent to the main lady. That is how good he was. Like, that's how good the director was at making this movie work. And it was so good, and I don't know, man, it was really good. And I watched, like, instantly after watching it, for me it's a really good movie when I instantly go and I just look it up. I want to get as much knowledge of the movie as possible, so I look up it, and the director is like, I love filming things on actual film, but I did digital. This is the one time I did digital because I really wanted those natural light flowing in instead of a bunch of fake lights in this beautiful house. And it was and I, just kind of watching it, and he called out, like, who isn't the bad guy, because bad guys can't use Apple products. You can't have those two together. And so if somebody's holding an iPhone, and especially using the iPhone, cannot be the bad guy. So you can mark out a few people if you know that rule, but it's still, even if you do know that rule, it still doesn't narrow down who it was too much. And I already knew that rule, but it wasn't in my head because I'm not a director. It's such a good movie. It was so clean. I think it was really well done. And I think with mystery things like that, it always, I don't know, but this one was so clean. It's a little like, no, don't do that. If you were in that position, you're like, no. But it was so good, and it was so good. It was I really liked all of that. Like, it was just clean. It was, I don't know how else to put it. So I should rewatch that. The one guy I forgot what his name was, and he did a nice little detective, where I think it was really good, because usually in movies like this, the mystery of the detective is supposed to be like, as the audience, you are dumb, you're dumber than he is. But then in this, it kind of plays well with his mystery is also kind of a little bit intimidating. It scares, like, it worries the main lady for reasons, and you're scared of his ability, which I think is something a lot of people don't play into, is being scared of their ability to read the situation so easily, to read evidence, to find you out because she's hiding something. And it's so well done. It's so well done. That's so clean. And yes. Apparently it was also done to be not rated R. We said be PG-13 because the director didn't want it to be rated R, so the slightly younger PG-13 age kids could watch it with the family, so they had to not drop the F-bomb. But instead, that's why the classic, one character being upset scene it wasn't just a bunch of F-bombs. It's solely because that scene would have made them rated R, and he didn't want that because he grew up on murder mystery films, and he didn't want to not have other people being able to watch it. So, yes, great movie.